Welcome everyone. I'm here to talk to you today about our stackable, customizable course content for English and Spanish learners. Thank you for joining me. I am Michelle MacLeod. I am a senior instructional designer and content manager for BioNetwork, which is a state-funded nonprofit organization that works with community colleges to provide free training to food, beverage, and natural products industry. We've struggled with having to quickly customize courses for individual companies, and those courses get used once and never again. The products of this initiative would allow us to stack modules to create the courses that those companies actually need. That gives them the customization that they want, and it also gives us more time because we do less development work. We also have struggled with not having our course materials available to students in Spanish, and we encounter a lot of Spanish speakers in our trainings. So when this happens, our trainers feel unsupported and unable to feel as though their training was valuable. This initiative would make our course more inclusive, valuable, and marketable. So not only will it streamline our functionality, it'll save thousands of hours of work, allow flexibility, and increase our accessibility. Our goal is to create 10 45-minute basic asynchronous online, synchronous online, and instructor-led in-person courses describing food safety regulations and knowledge with 2-minute explainer videos and 1-minute summary videos that can be put together as modules to build larger courses, and then those those modules will be translated into Spanish. We'll use ChatGPT to create scripts, objectives, and content when needed. We'll use VidNoz and Adobe Express for video creation. We'll use our new LMS AI to potentially generate the material in languages other than Spanish, which is really exciting. The customizability of these modules is the key here. Basically, it means that we get to create like when you get to choose your bento bowl. As a customer, you want to choose all of the ingredients that you prefer, the things that will work for you, the things that will nourish you. What works for you, it's not necessarily going to work for someone else. However, for that restaurant, they can only afford so many ingredients. And so basically what this does is it makes us better resourced to accomplish what we need to accomplish and better able to provide services to people and to help them choose. Now, I work at the BioNetwork Center in Asheville, and in Asheville, we focus on the food, beverage, and natural products sector. So basically, what we have to do is we have to work with a representative from a community college. That's a customized training director. They go to companies and find companies that are growing. They are able to grant access to state funds to these companies. And so we get brought in as a part of that project to help provide the training that they need to expand the skill set of the people that work for them. So the people that we're talking to, that we're delivering these classes to, they are food, beverage, and natural product industry management and staff. Now we need some things from them to make these classes happen. So we need information like course subjects, who their intended audience is, what their current level of understanding is, and what their training goals are. The customized training director talks to the company. They reach out to BioNetwork Management, then BioNetwork Management and that customized training director will go to the company and discuss these things. And the goal is to have a questionnaire for them so that data can be collected and referenced. Then our BioNetwork trainers and curriculum developers and admin and management can come back, work together to pull these 45-minute modules together in a way that is the most effective and most efficient for everyone. So it's a lot of communication between us all. We'll have to make sure that when we're building content that we're translating it to make the most practical, effective courses. Now, the place where our North Carolina State System Vice President comes in is for financial support. Surprise there. So they are the ones that go to the state board. They would help get us funding to create this project and to finish this project. And then AB Tech ConEd, that's Asheville Buncombe Community College, Technical Community College, their continuing education department. So basically, We work through them to list courses specifically at AB Tech and to deliver local trainings. The goal is about 7 months total, so we might bridge into next year a little bit. The first month, we're basically going to gather that information from the companies through those customized training directors and get buy-in from those stakeholders. So we're trying to get everyone on board in the first month and get the information collected that we need to actually make this happen. Weeks 5 and 6, that's where we start working on outlines and storyboards, and we edit those and get approval before we actually build the course. Then as we move through the build part, this is going to be the biggest bulk of the load, right? It's a lot of classes. So the goal is to be doing about one presentation every 2 weeks. That's the presentation, videos, exercises, workbooks, quizzes, editing, and review. And that gets sent to the translator once that's finished. And so the goal is to pace it out evenly so that the translator also has time to go ahead and translate those into Spanish in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming, in a way that's practical. So once we've actually gotten those presentations done, we would do a final review and a check for flow when it comes to stackability, making sure that we followed that initial outline and setup. Then week 28, we would upload it to the website. And that's, making sure that we have all the critical information somebody's going to need and how they would sign up for it, where they could potentially take the course and how they would take the course. So all that goes into the website. The next week, 29, we would advertise to manufacturers and our customized training directors so we can get people on board and thinking about what they want and actually get the courses out there. And then week 30, we add it to our AB Tech continuing education catalog to make sure that everyone's keyed in, and that should make sure that every single aspect of our reach is met for this series of stackable courses. The first thing, we'll need subscriptions to AI video generators or to purchase extra points from Adobe Express because they only allow you to use a certain amount of points to build videos. We'll also need to outsource for a Spanish-speaking translator. We might want to have extra translators as well to make sure that that schedule happens. One of the things that we have not addressed yet are speakers of other languages. We commonly have Hmong people in our other courses, and we have the deaf community to think about. And I think that ethically, we should try to also make the push to make our courses more accessible. It would be the best forward push that we could make as an organization to make sure that we are as inclusive as possible. The other ethical conundrum that we could run into is that information generated by artificial intelligence is Wikipedia level at best. And so we need to make sure that while we're putting things together and building them, we really need to research and confirm that generated information is legitimate, and do our best to make sure that we're not actually ripping off any artists. The return on this investment is pretty big. We're going to be able to reach out to an underserved segment of the population that represents a large part of our cohort, and our leadership has been pushing for this. They want us to serve those people who are less represented, those people who need a leg up, those parts of our population that really need access to something like this to help them grow. So this is huge. We'll also reduce the likelihood of our trainers being unprepared in the field, and that helps them feel more secure and supportive, which is critical to retention and for adequacy and making sure that the training has a purpose as a whole. We'll also increase the customizability of our courses. That makes us more marketable. The easier it is for people to choose what they need from what we have, the more marketable we are. It also saves us a ton of time on customization. I mean, for every single company we go to, we make a new course. There's no way that that's going to be feasible in the long term if we want to grow to the size that we want to grow to. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to my pitch. My name is Michelle MacLeod, and hopefully I will be hearing from you.